All right, guys, well, I'm back today with a really awesome pump action 22 made by Henry. And you heard me correctly. I said pump action, not lever action. I actually only discovered this rifle a few years ago when I saw one used at my local pawn shop. And then here recently, I've been working on Henry for a few different reviews. And I specifically requested this pump action because I wanted to try it out. The one thing I had remembered from the pawn shop was just picking it up, holding it, and just being blown away by the fit and finish and quality of the firearm, and that is no exception for Henry. Henry is always making really quality items that you can pass down from generation to generation. This has some very interesting and unique features and was a blast to shoot down at the range, so let's talk about its performance, how it felt to shoot a pump action 22 from Henry, and a little bit more about its capabilities. First thing I want to discuss is its capacity and how it's fed, and it is fed with that traditional tube up at the front that Henry's utilized. You can rotate it, pull it out, load the tube, and this holds about 15 rounds of 22 long rifle and up to 22 or 21 rounds of 22 shorts. Now, Henry doesn't necessarily recommend CB shorts, but I have shot CB shorts out of these, and it is ultra quiet. That's the other cool thing about a pump action 22 or a lever action 22. You can get subsonic ammo and even 22 shorts, put them through here, and since it's a closed breech gun, meaning it fires with the breech locked until you pump it, all of the gases go out the end of the barrel, and since there's not a lot in 22 short, this is nearly silent. I've got some YouTube Shorts videos if you want to hear it in action, so you can definitely check those out. If you're not subscribed, definitely considering doing so. I'm always reviewing a lot of cool firearms and also giving you guys deal alerts and information on everything I find in this gun space. You can follow me on my Instagram page and my Patreon page for daily deals, and I also have a campsite page in the description below that's going to give you the best info and deals I find online, so definitely check those out. The other cool thing about this Henry firearm is the fact that it's got a longer Octagon barrel with this brass bead front sight and this buckhorn rear sight. You can see it's got a small notch in the bottom to line up for precise shots that's dead on, and then it's got this larger notch up at the top for almost quick CQB shooting with a pump action 22. Even the gold inlay or the gold color fill on this just screams quality and classic looking design. I love what Henry does with all of their firearms, especially their pump action 22. The American walnut they use on these guns is stunning. You can see the detail in the wood, the subtleties of the wood, how they've rounded the edges and smoothed everything out. This is just a classic gun that you can pass down from generation to generation, and the quality is absolutely there. Now, I've never actually had a problem with a Henry firearm ever, and this is probably my 8th or 9th now. I was always buying them when I saw them in shops, and here lately, again, I've been working on some reviews with them. They actually sent this one out to the channel, but it was having light primer strikes. Now, instead of contacting my social media rep at Henry, I actually contacted Henry's customer service as a normal customer, and that's what I do for reviews. Every once in a while, you'll get something where a part wasn't quite right, and that's not really that big of a deal, to be honest, as long as their customer service handles it correctly. And man, theirs did. You call them, you explain the situation, and they say, yeah, that sounds like a problem that shouldn't be happening. Please fill out our online warranty claim. So I filled that out, and almost immediately I got a response back with a free prepaid shipping label to send it back to get it warrantied for free. So everything was free. I didn't have to pay for anything. I sent it back. They addressed the issue. It came back, and it was working perfectly fine. So it was probably something little, but that's the cool thing about Henry. It seems like they really care about their customers. And as much as I hate to get something that doesn't work, it's really nice to see that right out of the box, there was clearly a defective part, which happens in the gun world. It happens in almost every industry, but Henry jumped on it and fixed it, and that's a pretty cool story. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And again, they had no idea I was a YouTube reviewer. I just told them I was just the average customer. So it worked out really well. Now, the other cool thing about this firearm is it's got a lot of weight to it, and that may be a con for some, maybe if you're a smaller frame shooter, but honestly, it balances really nicely. But with the weight, you just feel like you're getting a quality firearm, and there is absolutely no recoil. When you pull the trigger, if you couldn't hear the sound of it, you wouldn't even know it fired because there's absolutely no recoil in a setup like this. You can also run the pump action incredibly quick, but it does not have slam fire. A lot of guys will ask about that. Slam fire is when you hold down the trigger and pump the action and it fires every time you pump it. You actually have to pump it and then pull the trigger. So something to consider. This one doesn't have slam fire. In summary, this thing was a tack driver. It's well built, and after the fix, it was 100% functional with every single type of ammo I put through it. It didn't have a hiccup with feed, function, or light primer strikes after the fix. It fed CB shorts, 22 shorts, and a wide variety of 22 long rifle, both full metal jacket and hollow point. No issues whatsoever. I say full metal jacket, the copper wash 22. So a great all-around shooting platform. If you were interested in these, again, you can check out some of my shorts because a lot of times I'll bring out some of my Henrys and do some very interesting YouTube shorts with them. So there's a lot of info over there. And then every once in a while, I'll bring them back out just to plink and kind of do an update video. So you want to subscribe to catch the update videos on all of the guns I do. I like to bring them back out and try them. But this one is going to continue to go down to the range and stay in the family for a very long time. Nothing like having a classic pump action 22 to add to your collection that feels like a quality 22 and acts like a quality 22. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.